All right, what's good, fam? I want to see if we can teach you how to frontside layback rock and roll. It's about 3.5 foot transition you're going to see me do it on. Let's get into it. I'll do some demos and kind of talk through it as we go. Let's get into it. What I'm going to do is ride straight up the quarter pipe, and I'm going to deck it out. I'm going to stay low, keeping my hand ready, thumb side in the transition, fingers and palm on the deck, and that's what I'm going to use to stop the momentum and pivot back in this way. Sometimes I'll use two hands, depends on how it feels. Sometimes I'll do one. When you're first starting out, like I am actually just learning this trick, two hands feels more comfortable. Feels like you have more leverage to kind of push it back in and power spin it back in front side. I like the power spin, some people don't. I like the sound it makes. But you don't have to power spin. You can straight up rock it back in like you would be doing a rock and roll, and your hand would not be on the coping, no layback, just a regular front rock. But again, I like to spin back in. It does kill your speed a little bit, but it's more of a stylish and fun trick. It feels good. Let's get a few. All right, so as you saw there, as I'm approaching the ramp, staying really low. So that I'm low, I get a nice rock, and the hand is right there ready for the grab. It gives you the leverage to really kick it back in and turn in, and get that scrape back in so you get that fun sound. Really good feeling trick. Not that difficult either. All right, we can try to get a few different angles for you so you can see it from all directions. That was in the tranny. This time I'm gonna get up on the deck. All right, so that was one where you saw only use one hand. It just felt right, so I didn't put the other hand down. Maybe a little more style points, but less style points if you don't make it. So it's okay to put both hands down, totally okay. Get low, deck it out, get this hand here, and then kind of reverse engineer what I learned from Mitchy Brusco on backside rock and rolls is when I'm coming back in, even though you want the screeching, the power spin sound, don't imagine your leg having to swing all the way back in down. Instead, pretend like you're gonna take a step on a flight of stairs, but backwards. I know it sounds crazy, but you're doing that instead of a big exaggerated kick turn. And even though you're taking the step, if you put the wheels down while you have motion, you're gonna get the screech, you're gonna get the spin back in. Let's get another one. Another good tip before doing more is get somewhere where you can roll, you have enough speed, you have plenty of time to set up mentally, you have enough speed to deck it out. That's gonna be crucial for learning this one. The other thing I'll talk about is foot position. So I have my front foot a little bit heavier on the front so that when I rock back in, if my foot moves back, I can still stay on the board. And I kind of have the ball of my foot in the middle of the tail there. I might pivot it in a little bit, I might leave it flat. It just makes crouching down low and grabbing the coping easier if I have it kind of back here. See how I can get low? And again, this foot here is a little bit off the front so that I can pull it back in front side without worrying about if my foot does slip, I'll lose it completely. Let's get another one. All right, now you get the backside to the front side re-entry. You don't need a ton of speed for this trick. You just need enough speed so that you're gonna get decked out. You want to deck it out. It's gonna help you. Gives you a second up there to gather yourself and switch the maneuver from the front rock, decked rock, to frontside rock and roll back in, okay? So the layback, you don't need to pause it or lunge break it, but it does give you mentally just a split second to say, I'm here, let me go back in. Well, I know some of you are gonna wanna do it styly with one hand And the point I'm trying to make is it's better to put two hands down, slide it in, get a nice noise and make it, than slam or slide out or hurt yourself. So if you want to do it with one hand though, I do have a good tip. And that is to keep the hand that you're not going to plant on the coping. So it's your lead hand, your regular left, right, goofy, and put it behind your back. Pretend like it's not even an option to use. Then you grab the coping. You're gonna do what I talked about earlier. Take that lead foot. You're gonna take a step backwards, like you're going down a staircase, and that's going to allow you to push the board back in and have control. Now, when you have that hand on coping, you're literally using the hand as a balance beam and as a guide. So when you're going back that way, you really want to push off and to get the momentum so you can ride away. You want to hold on to it. You really want to use it as leverage. Let's get a few. Kind of like when you take it out of the picture and you don't make it an option, you're able to do it. You're able to swing it around in. You power spin a little bit if you need to. If you want to swing it all the way around, like you'd be doing a front rock, where you're not like kind of bringing it in like that, you can. You just keep the front lifted more and you're gonna push off. I like getting the sound. I like a little bit of power spin at least, but it's totally up to you. It's preference. It's skateboarding. There are no rules.